Hello everyone and welcome back to another little Geeky Reviews. This time we are going to go through the new Doctor's monsters. I'm going to go through the Reaper, Werewolf, the Krillitines, and then some of the little tiny ones like the Adipose, Cybermats and Slugs as well. Let's go from the biggest first off, which would be the Reaper. So this is an absolute beast of a figure. It's huge. There is some minor flaws though with the construction of the Reaper, and if you've got it you will know exactly what I'm about to tell you. It's really, first off, it's the tail on this. This is the second Reaper that I actually got. And it's weird, I'll show you the first Reaper, but it all started to crack down the tail because this is quite flexible. And over time, I'm presuming what it's made of with the latex type of rubber, it doesn't last long. It's got a wire going through this to make it flexible and bend, but it just started to crack and crumble. Another thing that I want to mention is that this has batteries in. Now this one doesn't, because the first one I had, I just left the batteries in there and the batteries corroded. But what happened is that when they corroded inside, it's corroded the joints and I didn't realise, and it literally, the plastic started to crumble and crack, and all the joints and stuff just started to pop off. But I'll show you the other Reaper that I've got, just to show you how much of a state it's actually in. Other than that though, if you do look after it, this is an absolute cracking figure. In the episode, I think it was where they were at the church, wasn't it, and Rose's dad was knocked over and she was trying to change time. So there was two Reapers, that's why I ended up having two when they first come out. The span on them is absolutely massive. The articulation in these two big wings, there's ball joints on the body itself, and then there's ball joints in the centre. So the posability on these, you can have them literally clawing out or have it as that big wide span. They've got two little feelers type of pinchers at the front. That's just on the one ball joint, but then the detailing, they've got these like little tiny spikes things going round here. Now with the battery compartment, if you have got the batteries in, there's a little push button on the back which makes all of this glow up like an orange effect as well. So, and you can really pinpoint the detail of like the little mouth eater and the little teeth inside as well. Other articulation on this, they've got another type of arm span which is on two ball joints, one from the body and one at the actual elbow. And as they're on ball joints, they can twist and pose in quite a bit of detail as well. So you can flip them all round for the whole 360. Just one thing to watch, like I say, is this is the main one. So I wouldn't be twisting and forcing this to twist, because it will crack over time. The actual head just twists left and right, and the detailing, you can really see like the reptile-y type of skin and the big red beady eyes on there as well, and the thorns on the back of the actual head. So it comes on this little stand which has just got a peg and ball type of socket, and it sits like cradles over in this little clasp, so you can pop it on display. So the next one we've got is the Werewolf. Literally exactly what it says on the tin. Again, this stands absolutely towers over other figures. So if I just bring the figure in and have him standing out, you see the height difference on them. Detailing with the werewolf, his head does twist round and it's on like a ball joint, so you can move it up and down as well. His nose, the bridge of his nose and his mouth, it's quite a flexible plastic, but you can see his tongue is on a separate piece as well, so it's just dangling in there, and you can see all the detail with the fangs and his gums as well. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the ball joint on the base of the head there, which would make it tilt and rotate. He's got all the fur detail on the spine. His tail is like a soft flexible rubber, but every joint from the body is on a ball joint, so the arms will span straight out. His waist, or his torso should I say, is also on a ball joint, and his legs from his thigh are also on a ball joint. His knees are on a bendable joint. The tip of his ankle is on a joint, and also his foot is on a ball joint as well. Elbows ball joint, and even wrist. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 points of articulation on one figure. His hands are in that like clasp type of claw effect as well. So you could have him standing up, you could have him crouched down. So there are so many positions lurching over. So many positions you could actually have this werewolf in. So the next ones we've got is the Krillitines from the where they were at the school episode. I think this is where the Doctor first, well, reunited with Sarah Jane. School reunion, I think it may have been called. It had Anthony Head from Buffy the Vampire Slayer as the headmaster. There was four figures, 2 variations of each. So 2 with the brown skin, and it was mouth open or mouth closed. That was the variation of it, and it was the same thing with the actual grey as well. They both do the same type of stuff, so I will just ditch the grey out of the way. So the wingspan, they are in like little catches, so they will bend like flex, basically up and down, both of them. The arms themselves are on a ball joint, so it flips in and out, and it does a 360 as well. The elbows are on a ball joint, no wrist articulation though. The legs are on a ball joint, so they will flip out and up, down and round, and the knees are also on a little ball joint, but nothing for the wrist, nothing for the ankle. The arms do splay out, and they've got the big mad claw things going on as well. And then with the wingspan, you've got the little paint detail, and so translucent, you can see through them. That is the same thing with the grey as well. If you hold them up to the light, you can actually see through them, but you can see like the vein detail going through. Head does twist just left and right, and then the mouthpiece is like a flexible type of rubber, so it would bend down. You can see all the little peggy teeth on them as well. Next ones we've got is the adipose. There is no articulation in these. These were a set of, they were brought out set of 25, they were, and then they released 5 separately. I think it was with one of the Doctor variations as well. So if you ended up getting the 2 packs, you got 30 of these little nightmares. If you've ever stepped on one of these, well, you will know about it, because they are so friggin' painful. They're just like variations of them. You've got ones like little cheeky wave going at you, and one with their arms down the side. But in the episodes with the adipose, it was like the slimming tablets, weren't they? So this is actually made, these are made from human fat. But yeah, there's not much really we can say about them other than, yes, they're alright, they're cool, there's bloody loads of them, but just don't stand on them. Next things are these little Cybermats. Now this was from the one with James Corden in, I think it was, wasn't it? Like the Lodger or something. Couple of variations basically just with the tails, and I think some of them you can see the mouth. Let's just grab some round. Yeah, so I think there's 3 variations in them. Some have got the mouth open, so you can see the little snarly little teeth. But yeah, not much more you can say. They're like little silverfish, aren't they? Those vile things that you're seeing back in the 60s or 70s. Bloody hell, I'm showing my age there. So if you peel back the carpet by the coal fireplace, you Google silverfish, the friggin' horrible little bugs. But yeah, there you go, that's them buggers. And then one of the most diddiest is a cyber snail. So I can't remember. Drop us a comment, guys. What figure set did these come in if you ended up getting them? I've got a couple of these. Yeah, I think I've only got 2 of these. And they came with a figure, but a classic figure as well. I just can't remember which one they came with. So this is the actual first Reaper I got, and like I say, I've just tried to get it. I've only used hot glue, so it just won't crack any further until I get proper stuff and I don't lose pieces off it. But big cracks in joints, and this is where the battery burst open, and I have just squeezed a load of hot glue on so it doesn't crack any further until I get the right type of glue to secure them back in place. But you can see all the joints are actually splitting open as well. Pretty bad, to be fair. It split open around the head, all around the chest. It was, I don't know whether the battery literally burst and blew it up. But yeah, that's a thing to be very wary about if you've got the Reaper. So if you don't play with it, it's just sitting on the shelf and it's got the battery in, unscrew it and get that battery out. So yeah, there's my little review for the monsters. Drop us your thoughts, drop us your comments, let me know your thoughts. And while you're there, do the usual with the like, subscribe and tickle that little bell notification. But thanks for checking in on this one, and I will see you on the next. Take care.